Rain hammered the tin roof like an impatient landlord demanding rent. The old man scowled at the storm outside, one gnarled hand wrapped around a chipped coffee mug, the other adjusting the blanket over his knees. Nothing good ever came from bad weather, especially not at his age. That was when you slipped on a wet floor and suddenly found yourself a fall risk on some government form. Then came the knock. Soft at first. Then a little more desperate. He ignored it. Probably a damn salesman, or worse, Mary, the nosy neighbor, trying to set him up with some widowed friend of hers again. No thank you. He was done with women. Had one already, buried her too. That was enough commitment for one lifetime. Another knock. Louder this time. He sighed, groaned, and pushed himself up with the kind of reluctance only a bad back and a worse mood could produce. Grumbling, he unlocked the door, ready to give whoever it was a piece of his mind, then stopped. The girl on his porch was not from around here. She was soaked to the bone, shivering, her skin an unusual shade that shimmered under the porch light. Her eyes, large and unblinking, locked onto his with a look that was entirely too intense for a first meeting. She clutched a torn piece of what might have been clothing or a very unfortunate bedsheet. "The hell are you?" Her lips parted. She shivered again. "Sea cold." Well, he wasn't completely heartless. With a grumble, he stepped aside. "Get in before you freeze your damn, whatever you got off." She stumbled in, dripping onto his floor. He threw a towel at her and shuffled to the kitchen, returning with an old robe that had belonged to his late wife. She slipped it on, the fabric swallowing her slender frame. "Sit," he ordered, pointing at the couch. She obeyed. A minute later, he dropped a steaming bowl of soup into her hands. She held it like it was something sacred. "You ain't from around here, are ya?" he muttered, watching her sniff at the food. "No," she admitted. Took a hesitant sip. Then another. Her whole body shuddered, not from the cold, but something else. She locked eyes with him again. "You provide warmth, shelter, sustenance. That's called not being a dick," he grumbled, settling back in his chair. Her breathing hitched. He squinted at her. "You sick or something?" She swallowed hard. "No. I am processing." Something about the way she said that bothered him. Like a computer downloading an update he didn't authorize. But fine. Whatever. She'd dry off, eat, then move on. Or so he thought. He woke up that night to a weight on his legs. His first thought was heart attack. His second was not again. He cracked open one eye, and nearly pissed himself. She was curled up at the foot of his recliner. "What the hell are you doing?" he rasped. She blinked at him, like he'd asked why the sky was blue. "You provided warmth. I returned the bond. That ain't how couch sleepin' works. You take the blanket, not the whole damn man." She tilted her head. "I misunderstand. Human males do not desire close contact?" His eye twitched. "Not with random alien women who show up in the middle of a storm." She went silent. Then softly. "Oh." Then not softly at all. "But the ritual has begun." He sat up so fast his back popped. "The what?" She stared at him. "You have displayed the 3 pillars of bonding. Shelter. Nourishment. Protection." He wasn't liking where this was going. "You have triggered my species' mating response." "The hell I did." She placed a hand to her chest. Took a deep breath. "The biological sequence is already in motion. Your actions have begun the process. I am preparing." He squinted. "Preparing what?" She met his gaze. "The nest." He stared at her. She stared back. Then he stood up, snatched his truck keys, and walked straight to the door. She blocked it. "You may experience confusion," she said gently. "It is common among new mates. Woman, I ain't your mate. I let you in cause you looked like a drowned kitten, not cause I was auditioning for some goddamn alien honeymoon." She perked up. "Oh. So you acknowledge the pairing?" "The hell I do," she exhaled shakily. "Bonding denial." I see. I will compensate. Before he could ask what the hell that meant, she took off toward the bedroom. His bedroom. Oh, hell no! He barked, stomping after her. Too late. She was already sniffing the sheets. This will do. It carries your essence. It carries my sweat, and that ain't romantic. She traced a finger over the pillow, eyes narrowing. But it lacks proper nesting materials. I will rectify. He pinched the bridge of his nose. Kid, I don't know what kind of weird science fiction Netflix special you crawled out of, but I ain't built for this kind of physical engagement anymore. Her eyes lit up. You acknowledge the engagement? He groaned. That ain't what I. Her breathing hitched again. She shuddered, then whispered, The process is accelerating. The old man decided right then and there that the next time it rained, he was leaving the damn door locked. Morning came with a thud. Specifically, the thud of a chair, flipped upside down in the middle of the living room. The old man squinted at it. Then at the pile of blankets, pillows, and was that his good flannel shirt, stacked in an arrangement that could only be described as a nesting mound. He didn't remember ordering a damn raccoon to move in. A rustle from the kitchen. He shuffled forward, stopping dead in the doorway. The girl was crouched in front of the fridge, rearranging it with alarming precision. Cans stacked in rows, eggs separated by size, and something that looked suspiciously like shredded lettuce carefully layered across the shelves. The hell are you doing to my fridge? She looked up, her face way too serious for someone holding a jar of peanut butter. I am ensuring optimal resource distribution for the nest. He pointed a bony finger. That's my beer drawer. She nodded. Yes. Your hydration reserves are in prime nesting position. He twitched. That's where I keep the damn beer. She blinked. You require fermented hydration? I will retrieve additional supplies. The hell you will. You don't even. A high-pitched beep cut him off. He turned. His coffee pot was blinking. Then his old radio. The microwave flicked on and off. Even the ancient thermostat clicked and whirred like it was having an existential crisis. His gut dropped. What did you do? She stood, looking immensely proud. I have synchronized your home to better facilitate our union. He felt his soul leave his body. Or what now? She nodded firmly. I have initiated the bonding integration. He took a slow, painful breath. Explain. She gestured broadly. The nest requires stability. I have ensured all systems are interconnected. Lights. Water. Climate control. Home defense. He frowned. I don't have home defense. Her expression turned softly predatory. You do now. A crash outside. The old man wheeled around, shuffling to the window. His gut plummeted. Mary's car was in his oak tree. Not next to it. In it. He squinted harder. No, that was definitely Mary, standing in his driveway, hands on her hips, looking halfway between confused and ready to sue. He turned back slowly. What? Did you do? She shifted on her feet. There was an intrusion in our territory. That's my neighbor. She tilted her head. She approached aggressively. I neutralized the threat. She waved at the goddamn window. The girl crossed her arms. You did not wave back. Clearly, you found her presence undesirable. He squeezed his temples. So you put her car in a tree? She brightened. Yes. This establishes a clear territorial warning to potential rivals. He felt an aneurysm forming. Mary's voice cut through the window. Bill, why is my car in your tree? He stared at the alien. The alien stared at him. Then she murmured, You will remove the rival, yes? He inhaled deeply. I'm gonna remove something. Mary banged on the door. Bill, open up. We need to talk about this. The girl hissed. The old man grabbed her by the shoulders, steering her toward the back door. Listen, you are gonna sit right here, and you are not gonna move, and most importantly, you are not gonna put anybody else's car in a tree. She pouted. You would deny me my instinctual right to defend our claim? Claim? Lady, the only claim I got is to a damn headache. He yanked the door open, stepped outside, and slammed it shut behind him. Mary was already storming up the porch. Bill, I swear to God, if this is some kind of… I don't know, he said flatly. She squinted. What? I don't know, he repeated. I woke up, and there it was. Her eyes narrowed. Are you saying my car magically ended up in your oak tree? He exhaled through his nose. No. I'm saying I have no idea how the hell it got there. Mary folded her arms. You know, Bill, the last time something weird happened, it turned out you had a possum in your attic. This ain't a possum situation. She squinted past him, toward the house. You got company? He did not like the way she asked that. No. Her eyes narrowed further. Bill, don't lie to me. I ain't lying. The door creaked behind him. He closed his eyes. Mary's voice dropped. Bill. He braced himself. Is there a naked woman in your house? His eye twitched. No. The alien perked up. I am wearing the ceremonial garb of my mate's late partner. Mary froze. Bill pinched the bridge of his nose. Mary's voice was very slow. You're what now? The alien stepped forward. I am his chosen mate. He provides. I reciprocate. The process is in motion. Mary's mouth opened. Then closed. Then opened again. The old man cleared his throat. Listen, it's not what it sounds like. Mary turned to him slowly. Bill. Yeah? I swear to God, if you ordered a mail-order bride from space. I didn't. The alien tilted her head. I arrived naturally. Mary turned back. Lady, do you even know what naturally means? The alien nodded seriously. Through organic selection. He extended warmth. Shelter. Nourishment. The union was set in motion. Mary blinked. Then looked at Bill. She's got a point. She does not have a point. The alien pressed a hand to her chest. It is destiny. Mary snorted. Sounds like a fancy way of saying you moved in without asking. The alien brightened. Yes. And now the nest is nearly complete. Mary's eyebrow twitched. Nest? Bill exhaled. You don't want to know. Mary put a hand on her hip. Bill, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're messing with some kinda intergalactic shotgun wedding, I do not have the energy to be your divorce lawyer. The alien's eyes widened. Divorce? Bill felt his stomach drop. She stared at him. You would reject me? His soul left his body. I have already begun the bonding secretion. Mary took a step back. Nope. Nope. I am done with this conversation. Bill, I don't know what's happening in your house, but I am officially leaving it to you. She turned on her heel and marched toward the sidewalk. The alien watched her go, then turned to him slowly. Rival removed. He was never opening his damn door again. The old man sat at his kitchen table, staring at the alien girl currently dismantling his toaster. Wires and metal bits clattered onto the counter. He didn't even bother asking why. Is there a reason you're gutting my appliances? She didn't look up. They were inefficient. I am improving them for nesting compatibility. His jaw clenched. Nest this, nest that, what the hell does any of that even mean? She paused, tilting her head like he just asked how breathing worked. Our bond is progressing. The nest must be reinforced for what is to come. He squinted. And what exactly is coming? She gave him a slow, meaningful look. Mating season. He inhaled his coffee too fast and damn near choked to death. She continued, completely unbothered. Your generosity initiated the response. Your continued presence solidifies it. By my people's laws, our cycle is now synchronized. He coughed so hard his lungs nearly fell out. Lady, I ain't sinking nothing. Her pupils dilated. You resist. That is expected. His gut twisted. Expected? She nodded gravely. Mature mates require persuasion. I must display value. Demonstrate capabilities. Prove worthiness. Something about the way she said that worried him deeply. He set his coffee down. Listen here, missy. I'm a grumpy old bastard. I don't need persuasion, I need peace and quiet. She watched him. Then her gaze flickered to the table. You require a demonstration. He pointed. You finished that sentence, and you're sleeping outside. She perked up. A territorial challenge? No. I accept. No, that's not. A loud bang shook the house. The old man flinched. What now? She turned toward the front door. Arrival approaches. His stomach dropped. What do you mean, arrival? Another bang. A deep, guttural voice rang out. Relinquish your claim, human. He closed his eyes. Oh, for fool! The girl hissed. They come to interfere. He sighed and shuffled toward the door. I don't know who the hell you think. He swung it open and stared straight at a 7-foot-tall, armored alien. The old man blinked. The alien glared down at him. The alien's mandibles clicked. This claim is illegitimate. Bill frowned. Buddy, I don't even know what claim you're talking about. The alien gestured past him. The mate bond. The ritual must be overseen. If unfit, you will be removed. The old man felt his blood pressure spike. Removed? The girl stepped beside him. I acknowledge your authority as overseer, but he has already engaged in the bonding process. Witness his nest contributions. She pointed. The overseer's glowing eyes flicked inside. The blankets. The reorganized fridge. The hacked appliances. Then his gaze fell on Bill himself. He is frail. Bill's eye twitched. Excuse me? The overseer sneered. These limbs lack proper muscle density. His hide is thin. His breathing is strained. Bill scowled. I breathe just fine. The overseer's eyes narrowed. Prove it. Bill squinted. What? The alien crossed his arms. Survive the trial. Bill groaned. Oh, for the love of listen, pal, I'm too damn old for whatever dumbass nonsense you're about to. A loud beeping cut him off. The girl perked up. It is time. The overseer stepped inside. Let the trial begin. Bill rubbed his temples. I already hate this. The kitchen lights dimmed. His microwave turned on. His coffee pot started brewing. And the radio crackled to life. The overseer stepped forward. The challenge begins now. Bill blinked. The challenge is, what? The overseer pointed. Endurance. Bill squinted. The coffee pot beeped again. The toaster launched a piece of bread at his head. The old man swore. The alien girl nodded approvingly. Excellent reaction time. The fridge lurched forward. Bill dodged. What the hell is happening? The overseer watched. The nest has been enhanced. You must withstand its defenses. The old man ducked a flying utensil. You turned my house into a damn death trap? The girl beamed. To ensure your survival, of course. He barely dodged a rogue cabinet door. His blood pressure hit dangerous levels. The overseer grunted. Impressive. He adapts quickly? Bill wheezed. I'm not adapting. I'm having a damn stroke. The girl tilted her head. Would you prefer a different trial? Bill dodged a flying frying pan. Yes. The overseer nodded. Very well. The chaos stopped. Bill caught his breath. Good. Great. Now get the hell out of my house. The overseer did not move. Bill's stomach dropped. What now? The overseer grinned. Physical combat. The old man's soul left his body. The girl nodded. Yes. A true test of mating viability. The overseer stepped forward. Bill took one look at the 7-foot tank of an alien and immediately turned around. Nope. The girl gasped. You surrender? Bill stomped to the couch. I give up. I ain't playing these stupid games. The overseer and the girl exchanged looks. The overseer grunted. He refuses combat. The girl nodded. He establishes dominance through non-engagement. A high-level strategy. The old man rubbed his face. The overseer stepped closer. Then we proceed to the final test. Bill tensed. And what exactly is that? The overseer grinned. Fertility examination. The old man stood up immediately. Get out of my house. The overseer chuckled. It is tradition. I don't give a damn about tradition, I give a damn about my personal space. The overseer turned to the girl. Your mate is highly resistant. She nodded gravely. He must be overwhelmed with instinct. Bill stomped to the door and flung it open. Both of you. Out. Now. The overseer tilted his head. So soon? There are many more tests. Bill pointed. Do I look like I'm in the mood? The overseer watched him carefully. Then nodded. He passes. The girl beamed. Bill froze. Wait, what? The overseer grinned. You have proven your strength, human. Bill stared. Then exhaled. Good. Great. Now. The overseer clapped a hand on his shoulder. Now we begin the bonding ceremony. Bill died inside. Bill sat in his recliner, arms crossed, jaw tight. The alien girl perched on the couch beside him, watching with wide, expectant eyes. Across from them, the massive overseer loomed, setting a sleek metallic device on the table. The old man narrowed his eyes. What the hell is that? The overseer tapped the screen. Bonding confirmation. Ceremony initiation. Biological synchronization. Bill scoffed. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard pass. The alien girl gasped. You refuse? He turned to her, voice flat. I refuse. Her lips parted. But we've already begun. No, we haven't. Her gaze softened. You sheltered me. Fed me. Allowed me to construct a nest. You even endured the trial of viability. Bill clenched his teeth. That wasn't a trial, that was you two trying to murder me with my own damn appliances. She ignored that. Your resistance is a sign of deep commitment. The final step is now required. Bill tensed. And that would be? The overseer grinned. Offspring verification. Bill's soul imploded. The hell does that mean? The overseer placed a thick, glowing document on the table. By interstellar law, once the bonding process begins, biological continuation must be ensured. Bill's brain short-circuited. Hold on, ensured? The girl nodded. A logical requirement. The universe is vast and competitive. Our species thrives through successful pairings. Bill threw up his hands. I ain't pairing nobody. The overseer rumbled approvingly. His willpower is immense. Bill's eye twitched. The overseer tapped the document. Offspring verification requires physical proof of compatibility. Bill's heart nearly exploded. Physical? Hell no. The girl tilted her head. Would you prefer artificial extraction? Bill stood up so fast his knee cracked. I'd prefer none of this. The overseer sighed. Then you leave us no choice. A new device unfolded from the table, scanning the air. Bill froze. What the hell is that doing? The girl perked up. Detecting fertility markers. Bill took a step back. The overseer read the screen. His mandibles clicked. His numbers are remarkably high for a human of his advanced age. Bill saw red. Advanced age? Listen here, you 7-foot turd. The girl beamed. Excellent. Then we may proceed with the claiming ceremony. Bill's fists clenched. We are not proceeding with anything. The overseer turned to her. Shall I notify the emissaries? Bill spun around. Emissaries? The girl nodded. Of course. The claiming is an honored event. Witnesses are required. Bill's vision blurred. Oh, hell no. The overseer activated a holographic transmission. A ringing tone echoed through the room. Bill's stomach sank. No, 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 hang up that damn. The hologram flickered. And suddenly, an entire council of aliens stared back. Bill's soul left his body. The leading alien leaned forward. Has the human accepted the bond? The overseer nodded. He has endured all trials. His compatibility levels are strong. The alien council murmured approvingly. The girl clasped her hands. Then we may proceed. Bill slapped a hand over his face. I hate everything about this. The lead alien nodded. Human, do you formally accept the claiming? Bill looked at the dozen alien witnesses. At the expectant overseer. At the alien girl, who was practically vibrating with excitement. His blood pressure skyrocketed. No. The room fell silent. The council exchanged confused glances. The girl frowned. You are rejecting me? Bill exhaled sharply. Yes. The overseer narrowed his eyes. But you have already initiated the bond. Bill pointed at him. I did not initiate a damn thing. The girl fidgeted. But I have already begun the bonding secretion. Bill froze. You've begun the what now? She blushed. It's already happening. Bill took a slow, calming breath. Listen, lady. You are very nice. In an infuriating way. But I'm just a grumpy old man who wanted a quiet life. I don't need a nest, or a ceremony, or any bonding secretions. The girl's eyes widened. You are truly rejecting me? Bill nodded. Absolutely. The council murmured in shock. The overseer tilted his head. And yet your biological readings suggest deep-rooted compatibility. Your heart rate is elevated. Your body temperature has increased. Bill's hands clenched. That's called being stressed the hell out. The girl looked heartbroken. The council leader sighed. Then, by interstellar law, the claim is nullified. The room fell into stunned silence. The overseer nodded solemnly. A rare rejection. The girl looked at Bill, devastated. Bill rubbed his temples. Listen, kid. You don't need some old bastard like me. You'll find someone who actually wants all this. She sniffed. But I already nested for you. Bill sighed. I know. The council deactivated the transmission. The girl stood, wiping her eyes. I shall remove my belongings. Bill nodded. Yeah. That'd be good. The overseer sighed. I will inform the elders. This is a tragic outcome. Bill watched as the girl quietly began dismantling the nest. His chest felt heavy. She sniffled again. Bill rubbed the back of his neck. Look. You can still stay here. Just no weird mating rituals. No secretions. No emissaries showing up at my door. She looked up. Truly? He sighed. Yeah. Just keep the toaster in one piece. She beamed. The overseer grunted. Then my duty here is complete. Bill walked him to the door. No hard feelings? The overseer grinned. You are a fascinating species, human. Your resistance is legendary. Bill rolled his eyes. Yeah? Take care. The overseer departed. Bill turned back to find the alien girl already rearranging the furniture. He groaned. I said no more nesting. She tilted her head. This is simply personalization. Bill rubbed his face. I hate my life. She smiled. I shall make us dinner. Bill's stomach rumbled. He sighed. Fine. But I get the recliner. She nodded. Acceptable terms. Bill collapsed into his chair. She scurried into the kitchen. And for the first time in a long time, the old man didn't feel so alone.